Yo, peace and love, everybody. Today we have a review, a performance review, and we have a comparison coming up. So just go ahead and hit that like button real quick before we get started, and let's go back in time real quick.
And Matthews, Crowder, three, good! And here comes Chris Paul. And the Phoenix Suns will give it to Booker with a drive and a season high of 47. And the Phoenix Suns have gone on the road after missing the playoffs for 11 consecutive years.
So that's the game where they sent the LA Lakers home, and the LA Lakers were just coming off a championship the previous season. So they were on top. LeBron was the king at that point, and he was dethroned. And the funny thing about it is, Devin Booker never changed his sneakers the entire series, and I realized that he doesn't really switch up his sneakers that much at all. Like, even now he's kind of wearing a pair of fives, and he just kind of wears those. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at these. Obviously, they look great on feet. So when I seen him dethrone LeBron like that, I was like, I gotta have those Kobe 4s. And if you go on StockX right now, Kobe 4s are expensive. I think I only have one other pair that's a retail pair from StockX. And they were like $40 over retail at the time, and now Kobe 4s are like 500, 700 and beyond that. So shout out to Lisa for getting these to me in a timely manner. Right here I'm doing a test on the foam. These are pretty much I think it's Lunar Lawn. There's a Zoom bag in the heel, which I'm testing now. It feels great. And then there's one in the 4-foot, a really tiny one in the 4-foot, I think. I'm not going to cut them open to prove that, but there's the little squish test. I'm doing this to test the responsiveness of the Zoom bag and the foam. And those guys were annoyed at me usually because I never play with them. But it's like this. When I had to see if I could still touch net, man. I was getting a little concerned about that. But the thing is, when I go in and do these performance reviews, I immediately just go to a free spot on the court because they're going to start running full court and all that stuff. And I don't really get to get much footage doing this. So luckily I had half the court for about 10 minutes. I didn't stretch or anything. And I actually hurt my knee in this shoe. Now, I'm not saying this shoe is going to get you guys hurt. I think it's because I didn't stretch very much. And I was trying to do all these quick cuts and jumps and stuff like that. And my left knee kind of took a hit. This was interesting. I've never seen this in the gym. And come to find out, somebody brought that in. I'm over there messing with it. They probably were like, this dude right here, first he doesn't play with us, and then he wants to mess with my gear. God. But whatever. That didn't even look like Kobe, though. It's kind of weird. But the shoes look good. So if your feet look good, you probably play a little better. Maybe not. And it's just kind of hard because I'll probably never, ever get this particular PE in a retail version, like probably never. Like Devin Booker doesn't even wear the shoes no more, so that's why I call him the King Dethroners. You know, I like LeBron and all that, but he got dethroned by the Suns, and I just thought that was kind of funny. A lot of people that love the Lakers were a little upset at that title, but these are the King Dethroners. I almost wrote King Dethroners on them because Booker writes the same thing on his shoes. I forgot. It's going to be on a picture. I forgot what it says at the moment because I'm talking. But I had to tighten them up a little bit. See, I kind of had them loose like DeMar DeRozan, but see, doing all that, I think that's what hurt my knee. So again, playing these, man, order them. I think some people have already bought these from Lisa because they've been hitting me up. And that's the heel test. Like if somebody steps on the back of your heel to see if your shoe will come off. This has happened to me in games sometimes, and you know, it just happens. There's a crease test. There's the bottom of these. People always ask, can I see the bottoms after you ran around in them? That's just a bunch of court dirt. I think that's like a nasty hair on them. And I mean, just look at them. They look good. I can't even vouch to say if this is like the same purple as Devin Booker's, but again, I just don't think it matters. But they did great in the court. Here's just a quick look at them casually on my feet, I guess. This is before I put them on the court. And again, they perform great on the court. They're like, as soon as I put them on, I was like, oh, let's hoop. There's no break-in period, and I think once you actually get these broken in, they mold to your foot a little bit, they'll be even better. So I would rate the comfortableness, if that's even a word, I give it a 9 out of 10. The traction, I give it about a 9 out of 10 again. And just the overall feel of the shoe is perfect. I almost like the 4 more than the 5, and the 5, as of right now, is my favorite Kobe to play basketball in. It's not my favorite silhouette. It's just my favorite one to play basketball in. But the 4s are like the most worn Kobe from what I can tell. It's a lot of 5s and 6s now, but everybody still sticks with the 4. And this is they say purplish red. I didn't even notice that till now. What is purplish red? That's hilarious. Yeah, see, Booker was just killing it. I just love how the shoes popped on the court, man. Well, what kind of move was that? I'll have to try that on the court one day. I don't know what that stamp means or that packaged label means. It's something I can't decipher it, but I see it every now and then on the UAs. I love this picture right here. Only thing weird about this picture, they didn't show him in the Kobe 8s in that picture. And the Kobe 8 was the lightest and lowest shoe that they ever made, and that is the sneaker that Kobe hurt himself in. That pretty much ended his career. He was getting a little older in age anyways, but he hurt himself in the Kobe 8s, and that's also one of my favorite pairs to play in as well. So let's just go ahead and get some close-ups of these, and I'm going to compare these to a retail pair here in a second. The XDR is just what they put on these from China, and I heard that they give you a little bit more rubber. They make these a little bit more durable because people in China, they play outdoors all the time. I wouldn't play with these. You know what? I'd play with these outdoor if I had 2 pairs. I play in them outdoors. But beautiful translucent clear bottoms. The carbon fiber, it looks real to me. I don't really care if it's real or not. I mean, the shoes held up. That you see, I didn't get a blowout on the court. Not sure about how speckled these need to be, but it looks good. Maybe a little bit more speckled would have made them cooler. Who knows? But like I said before, the coolest thing about this shoe is that I have a pair because you're never going to get this pair. You're never, ever, ever. So you really can't nitpick this sneaker and say, this is wrong, this is right, because you don't know, and you never will know unless you know Devin Booker and you can get in his closet. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to let you too close to this purple pair because he dethroned LeBron in these. And got 8 on the back. The other one has 24. So I'm just giving you guys close details. The Flywire doesn't really do anything. It's just a thin piece of like string they put under there. And it was originally made for soccer shoes so they can keep them light. Insole is nothing special, but they feel good. So if you had something like a polyurethane insole, it'd probably be better. That's probably neoprene on the tongue. I love lace loops or eyelets that are like that because they're easy to lace and tie the shoe really quickly. And the signature looks pretty good. You know, it looks pretty good. I mean, the shoe to me is just beautiful. It's just a beautiful sneaker. This appears to be leather, but I don't know. It could be like a textile or something. This is the Outrigger. This is one of the most important parts of the shoe if you're a guard doing a lot of cuts. And just another close-up. Everything just looks so good on these shoes, man. I'm not even a Phoenix Suns fan or really a Booker fan, but when I seen what he did to the Lakers in these, had to have them. As soon as I seen somebody with them, I had them. So this is the Kobe 4 Protro Wizenard. And I don't know what that label is right there, but again, they came from StockX, so yeah, it is what it is. I doubt they're quote-unquote fake because just the kind of the way they feel. And I've hooped in these before too, and they weren't that great the first time, and I hooped in them a second time, and I warmed them up a little bit, and I kind of did a workout in the gym with them, and they were outstanding. It's a totally different feel though. Like they put all that graphic and color stuff they put on the one on the right. It makes them a little bit more stiffer. They do require a break-in, but the Kobe 4, the King Dethroners, they don't have any break-in. Okay, the Kobe on the right looks a little lower. That back plate looks a little lower than the black one. And this is just me nitpicking the nitpick. Let's see what else. Okay, and these are actually made out of 2 totally different materials. That's some nice tumble leather on that tongue, though. Very, very nice. Yeah, it is. The stitching of the Kobe. These even look a little cheaper. Look, the tongue's not as leathery, and that stamp, Kobe stamp, is not embroidered. Doesn't make a difference. That is kind of off. You know, you can see the one on the left's a little lower on the cut of that, and the one on the right's a little... Okay, enough with the finger stuff, man. We get it. So that's a difference. Does it play a part in performance? Probably not. Signature looks a little thinner on the retail, a lot fatter on the UA. Not sure that matters. I don't know if that's because they put clear plastic over it. Not sure. Just some close-ups, but again, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to show you guys what they look like, and under the black light, didn't find anything at all. And do I recommend these? Heck yes, I recommend these. So make sure you follow me on IG. The Discord link will give you the where to cops and all that good stuff, and you can get you a pair. I've been hit up about these shoes a lot. Everyone's like, yo, where'd you get the purple Kobes? Where'd you get the purple Kobes? I don't even see these from sellers anymore on their pages, so that's why I bought a pair for a very, very, very reasonable price. Yes, I did pay for this sneaker. It was not gifted, because usually the gifters don't want to send you a shoe like this. They want to send you an Air Jordan and all that stuff, but you know how the game goes. Peace and love, guys. Until the next one.